Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Big Mark. Today we're talking about convenience foods.
Okay, folks, today we're talking about convenient foods and also enhancing everybody's dining experience during all this COVID routine we're been forced to face. You know, a lot of ways when you find you have all the time at home, many ways to change it is to make the dining part of your day elevated. You know, make it something special. Give you a change of pace from your normal routine. And I think for single people like me, one of the things you can do is either change the venue you're in. If you have the light on all day, maybe candles at night, music, anything to make it just a change of atmosphere. And I think also when you're cooking, for your pairing for one, you should really be paired for 2 or 3 people every time you do it. And you take one portion and you shove it off for 3 or 4 days and have it again. And the third portion you can freeze and have in the freezer for a month down the road. But it's economical and also save you time. If you come into a tight period where you're busy, you've got something to fall back on. I think the couples are pretty much the same thing. But I think a lot of things, another thing couples can do is, again, for themselves, is cook, for 4 to 6 people and do the same thing. But it's another thing they can do is, you can also have dinner with friends over Zoom and Facebook. Just plan it so you're eating at the same time, and you can actually have a conversation either one-on-one or two-on-two, the same you would around the dining room table when you're dealing with Zoom. It's almost the same thing. So I think that kind of thing is to make it. Families, I think, especially with kids when they're fussing with teaching them all day and trying to school them, to make the dining thing again something unique. Like maybe once or twice a week you have a cuisine from one certain country and make everybody's going to be there. Give them some responsibility to look up some information on it, to talk about it during dinner, and just have some ideas to dress it up and explain why these foods come from that country. In other words, make it light but an educational source from it. And you can have a bonus for the one who contributes the most to it. You can have a secret vote of say family of 5, a secret vote that you take on, but nobody can vote for themselves. So that would be kind of an honest way of ascertaining who gets the bonus. Make a little fun thing out of it. Then we come from that into getting into what you're doing. All those things are creating moments, and moments is what makes life interesting. So now again is the use of convenient foods, and it's a big thing. One of the biggest things, certainly, I think, in everybody's life now in supermarkets is the ubiquitous roast chicken. But my Lord, for $5 or $6, what you can do with it, it's unbelievable. You can do almost anything you do with raw chicken, except the hardest part, in some respects, is done is cooked. The only thing that you have a hard time doing would be chicken fingers per se, because the meat might get a little dry being cooked, for the second time in a frying process. But everything else you can do, and I think goes in a cream sauce, and it goes in a salad, and it goes in sandwiches. All those things are all be achieved with taking the roast chicken.
It's pretty brilliant, and I always use the actual body to make a chicken stock.
Yeah, well, you can do all those things. I use it, almost all of it. I happen to like the dark meat, so when I get it home, it's still warm. I make a sandwich or a light mayonnaise dressed salad out of just the dark meat and nothing else. Then I save the breast meat for sandwiches or for some other uses. Then the things I do, I have a place nearby that has a great fish chowder. And I happen to love fish chowder. This is the real deal. It's made with the fish racks. It has that sweet taste that you get that you need the bones and the head and everything else, to leach out the flavors. But what I do is they don't load it with fish, but it's reasonable. So what I do is I buy either a half pound or a pound of cod or some other white fish, and I just poach it I do it in the microwave in 3 minutes, really wrapped up, and then add it to the chowder. So now it becomes a substantial fish meal, and the chowder itself becomes almost like a sauce more than chowder, but it's a great meal if you like that kind of thing. And you can do the same thing with like lobster bisques that you can buy now that are very good. You can do that with put little bay scallops in it or other kinds of white fish to sort of bolster it up. The I think canned soups are another great thing that people have now. All the different flavors and things that you can take and add on. If it's a minestrone soup, say from Progressive, for example, you can add more vegetables. You can add pieces of meat into it. You know, salami or any other kinds of things that can be done into it. And if it's a cream chicken soup, chicken we just talked about before, you can add that into it. So you're bolstering up. It's a matter of customizing these things to save you time and to give you a good meal. You know, to make it more attractive. And have your own imagination of what you can add. You know, customize it to your own family taste. But it's using things that are available now. Sauces, you can buy gravy, chicken gravy, beef gravy, turkey gravy. Those can become basis for, you know, for instance, pizza dough. Every supermarket has pizza dough now. So you can make your own pizzas, you make your own calzones, you can make biscuits out of them. You know, we talked about the pies or the pasties, the English pastries, the turnovers. Everything can be done with that. And you obviously do savory by leaving it as it is, but putting bread and cheese with it, or you can make it sweet by adding sugar to it, sprinkle sugar on it. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. You have canned biscuit doughs that you can make all kinds of unbelievable things from. So and the other thing is all these pre-washed salads you can buy. And that saves a lot of time and effort with those. You know, the mixed greens, spring greens, the combination of spinach and spring greens. And those, I defy you to get one of those large packs at $5 or $5.95. I defy you to try and buy the stuff and make it yourself. You'll come out more expensive, I'm sure, in the end to get the same, you know, to get the same result. And with those salads, you can do again, add anything into them. You can make them like a niçoise. You can make them like a Cobb salad by adding meat, fish, cheeses, vegetables, herbs, things that, you know, again, the hard thing is washing, spinning, and drying. It's all done for you. So these are all things that, you know, sort of can change your life a little bit, you know, make everything, I have unlimited applications, and it just spruces up life that we're stuck with now a little bit until the COVID eases up. But even when it's gone, making your dining experience something to look forward to in and of a given day is a lot better than making it a chore. And hopefully more people will, instead of eating to live, will live to eat.
Oh, I love that.
So,
One thing I've found myself using, especially canned soup, stuff like that, is you have to be very careful about how much salt you add, because so much of
that's
that
true.
stuff.
Well, that's where the whole processed food thing comes in. You're absolutely right. They do have a lot of salt in it because naturally salt is a
Preservative.
But I think, again, if you take a can of mushroom soup, for example, and you are sauteing all your own box of mushrooms that might be on sale somewhere, you know, when you go in there, saute those and just add them to the soup. And you add it to the bulk, and you'd be sort of extending the salt out a little bit too, so it's not as effective. And it can be with all the different soups, mushroom soups, they butternut squash soups now. I mean, this carrot soups, all these things have become basis for all kinds of jumping off things with pastas and rice things. It's just there. It's amazing what you can get in the store now.
Very cool. All right, so today our wine is from Lower Austria in the Niederösterreich. This is Pratsch. This is a 2019 Gruner Veltliner, one of my all-time favorites. The grape, not the brand, but this is absolutely delicious. Austria's wine reputation took a hit a couple of decades ago, but they're back better than ever. And this is a wonderful food-friendly wine because it's got that acidity, It's a little hot, it's a little high in alcohol, but the acidity in the body is just wonderful with rich food. Cheers.
How did you pronounce that wine now?
Probably badly. I've heard Veltliner, Veltliner.
No, I mean, you said crotch or
Oh, Pratsch,
Pratsch. Okay.
not crotch.
You were saying Lower Austria, so I was.
Oh man. All
You
right.
want to be careful. That's all.
We're
All
getting
right,
we're getting the
that's
hook
enough.
here. We're
That's
getting you
enough
off
levity.
stage.
Bonsoir.
Thank you guys for joining us, and until next time.
Wiedersehen.